What's up, everybody? Saturday Night Live. What's cracking? I don't like the way the camera's set up. I feel like it's crooked. What's cracking, everybody? Just a little Saturday Night Live. See what everybody's up to. Just finished decorating, coloring Easter eggs with the grandkids. What's everybody up to tonight? I wanted to touch a little bit on the Diddy situation, since everybody's still talking about that. And I want to explain something. I'm all for innocent until proven guilty. But I'll tell you this, if you're in the county jail with the kind of charges that he may have pending, there ain't no innocent until proven guilty. You're going to get smashed. So that's my opinions are kind of strong on that situation with him. And he hasn't been charged yet as far as I know. But that's just not really a gray area for the most part. You know, there's always those situations where a spiteful ex or something might say some stuff that ain't true, but talking about Diddy and his situation. But there's a lot of people that have come out and said stuff about him and that he's doing weirdo stuff. So I don't have a whole lot of sympathy on that. But like I said, the thing is, if you're in the county jail and you got charges like that, even though you're not convicted, you're going to get smashed. So the Riddler says, hell late at night drinking coffee. Oh, yeah, man, I stay drinking coffee. It's better not be no OJ case, says Coco. What's up, Juan? How you doing tonight, bro? Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you're not caught up out there in that rain. It's been a mess. So, yeah, just kind of touching on Diddy. Wow, that came out wrong. Ooh-wee. Okay, I'm not touching. Okay, I'm covering the topic of Diddy and what's going on with that. Yes, sir. Coffee and cigarettes. That's my only addictions that are left, nicotine and caffeine. But no, I normally work nights, so it's still early to me. You know, I normally don't go to bed until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, I know, Juan. That really came out wrong, didn't it? Last thing I want to do is be touching on that man. Or him touching on me, for that matter. Jesus Christ. Money can only buy so much. Wow. Looks like we're off to a rocking start on this one, guys. If you're new to the page, be sure to subscribe and smash that like button while you're in here. Coco You're touching on Diddy? Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Oh man, we are off to a smashing start tonight. So what's everybody up to? Where you guys at? Oh, P. Diddley's back in the house. That's right. What's up, bro? Not the original P. Diddley, of course. Hope you're doing well. So what's everybody up to? About to touch my Diddy. Somebody said I was about to touch my Diddy right now. Oh, wow. I know you tried to get me to switch to cigars one. It just didn't work, bro. But, yeah, it's funny stuff. So, Juan says, watch the Dodgers and now about to smoke a cigar. That's right. What do you think about the whole, what's that guy's name? Ohanti or whatever? That, you know, the guy that they said his interpreter was betting. I don't know. Is it a cover up for him? I know I said his name wrong. My bad. But you know, the latest Dodger, the guy that came over from the Angels, they said there was some betting allegations that his interpreter bet a bunch of his money. I don't know. Is it a cover up? Will it get covered up? I guess we'll see, huh? But I know Pete Rose ain't in the Hall of Fame because of that. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out what happens there. Hopefully his interpreter wasn't touching him. No, it's the Asian guy that was on the Angels. I think he was a pitcher and some other stuff. Like he hit a bunch of home runs and he pitched. He's really good player from what I understand. I don't really keep up with baseball too much, but signed a mega deal with the Dodgers. But yeah, enjoy that cigar, Juan. Otani, yeah, you're right. Otani, that's the guy. Yeah, there were some allegations that his interpreter was betting his money on baseball games, and I don't know. Coco says, did you do it at P. Diddley? And where are you hiding? Hopefully you didn't do it, P. Diddley. Lordy. So yeah, just kind of taking it easy today. Was thinking whether I even wanted to get on live. Not feeling too good today and fighting off this bronchitis / pneumonia / whatever else you want to call it. Feeling better though. Juan says just came back from a cigar convention in Vegas. Had a great time. That's cool, bro. Yeah, I haven't been to Vegas in a long time. Last time I went up there, I was trucking. Cora says he's hiding in them underground tunnels leading to the Playboy Mansion. Shit is crazy. LOL. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Mr. Diddy. Strippers last time I went to Blanco says I spent $2,000 on strippers last time I went to Vegas. Wow. Not worth it, right? Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Definitely not worth it. But, you know, your wife was mad, I bet. Man, that's wild. So, yeah, the Diddy thing's going on. The bridge collapsed. What do you guys think about that one? My conspiracy theorist out there. Do you think that STR says, "Hey, buddy, what you drinking tonight?" I'm drinking coffee, man. The address, and I'll send the popos. Coco said he's going to send the popos your way. What do you guys think about that bridge collapse in Maryland, though, in Baltimore? My conspiracy theorist out there is that Juan says that was on purpose. Yeah, you know what? I'm really not sure on that one, but I would think in this day and age of technology, I don't understand how a ship carrying 800,000 tons of cargo could completely lose power. I would think that there would be some sort of backup system in place there to where if you did lose power, the backup would kick in right away and they would be able to manually steer it or something. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. Juan says the ship was on camera. All the ship guys have addressed it. I haven't seen that yet. I've seen the video though, from different angles and slow motion and zoomed in and all that stuff. And I just find it very ironic that it hit such a direct hit on that pillar. You know, I mean, if it lost power, maybe it sideswiped it or something, but like that was a dead on, you know. Hey, Toy, I'm talking right now about the ship that hit the bridge in Baltimore. Juan says there's videos on there that have explained just what you said. Yeah. Savage Pope Production says, hello, brother. Hey, Savage Pope, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it just, it seems crazy, like I said, in this day and age, that something that massive and powerful could completely lose power for minutes. You know, I mean, like with all the safety and the OSHA stuff, Juan says there is no way that for that ship to lose power, they have separate engines to alternate so this doesn't happen. Right. Yeah, that's what I would think, Joel Merez says Diddy had something to do with that ship hitting that bridge. Maybe he was touching the captain. I don't know. But yeah, I was talking on Diddy a little bit. I did it better that time. I didn't say touching. But I think that, everybody's innocent until proven guilty unless you have those kind of charges. In which case, then you're guilty until proven innocent. And, the thing is, if, you hit the county jail with those charges, it don't matter if you've been convicted. You're going to get smashed. And that's it. Bottom line, period. There is, very little room for discussion on that stuff unless you're connected and you can really explain your way out of that. But, what does it say? Okay, Coco says, I think who hacked it knew that was it and didn't want the cargo to reach its destination. Yeah, I mean, it could be an act of terrorism. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Middle East right now. And as far as I know, there's some military equipment in that bay as well. So it can't get out now. I don't know what exactly is there, but like there could be aircraft carriers or different types of warships. You can't just crane that thing over that bridge. Like they need to get that bridge out of the way in order for them to, get out. So, I mean, that could be part of it. Let me see. The Lyra girls say It's just another act of the government fucking with us. Yes, sir. Or STR says, true facts, brother. Latoya says, why haven't they caught Diddy? What's keeping them from getting him? Money, in my opinion. Um, the thing about the federal government, when the feds get involved, they don't just go and do raids. I mean, they've been building a case for a while against this guy, I'm sure, and that's why they did the raids. And now they're just sorting through all the evidence. And I wouldn't be surprised if they issue a warrant for him here shortly, But the dude does have a lot of money, and he's very well connected in New York. So I don't know. We'll see where that goes. STR says, "What's your story? You have a military background?" No military background. Just running and gunning in the streets and a bunch of jail time in prison. That's my thing, I guess. I've been out for going on 18 years now, and basically my YouTube page is to promote sobriety through war stories that I tell about where I've been and what I've been through, so that others hopefully don't have to live the life that I did and be in some of the situations I was in. Streets, STR says street smarts, and yeah, pretty much, just I was an addict for a long time and a hustler on the streets, and it took me to a lot of different places of incarceration. And when I paroled, I actually went to school to be a drug and alcohol counselor, but that didn't work out for me because of prison reform in 2008. So I became a truck driver, and now I started the YouTube page for a couple of reasons, to help people, and also so that when eventually I'm gone, my kids can look back and hear some of the stories I had to tell, and hopefully some wisdom for them. Like I said, the thing is, I don't want other people to have to go through what I went through in life because of the bad decisions I made. So that's what it is. STR says, you seem to be in a better place now. Good for you, man. We need more people like you. I appreciate that, STR. And Coco says, kids and grandkids. Yeah, for my kids and grandkids, exactly. Thank you for that. Yeah, because, you never know what tomorrow brings. Like I lost both of my parents in the last 5 years. And, I wish I could talk to them sometimes. And, so this is like me leaving my legacy behind, I guess, so that after I'm gone, they won't be able to talk to me, but at least they'll be able to listen to some of the messages that I put out and hear about some of the crazy stuff I did, and, where it took me and how I think moving forward should be, Claymore OG, if you know, says, yeah, the Bobby sending love from Australia. I appreciate that. Shout out to you. Much love for Australia. That's cool. Checking in from all the way over there. That's good stuff. Where's everybody else at tonight? I am in the Inland Empire as usual. That's where I've lived most of my life and probably where I'll die. But it's been raining out and stuff. It's cold. Ready to move on to some warmer weather. STR says Canada. That's right. Shout out to Canada. Skittles 420 says New Zealand. Shout out to New Zealand as well. Wow, we're really getting out all over the place, aren't we? Hope everybody is doing well. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Coco says, I'm in China. I'm Blackanese. Shout out to you, Coco. Latoya says, I'm in Apple Valley peeling potatoes. That's right. Hey, Latoya, I heard a little birdie told me you were making tortillas. Is there any truth to that? Juan says, I heard New Mexico is pretty nice, bro. Yeah, I lived out there for a while. Me and the wife and the family. We were in Belen and Albuquerque. And cool place, nice people, you know. Big Papa says, I'm in Egypt, riding camel, smoking blunts, and eating chalupas. That's right. Ramona says, I hope there's truth to it. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ramona. Coco says, send some damn tortillas to China. Hello, Latoya. Hell yeah, let's put a box together and send them that way, huh? Cora says, I'm in Mexico eating papusas. Papusas are good. All right, we're going to have to start shipping some shit back and forth because I want some. Oh, that she's making tortillas. Ramona says, yeah. I hope there's some truth to that too. A little birdie told me that yesterday, I think. Yesterday night. So, sounds like everybody's eating some good stuff though. Coco says that's a Salvadorian dish. Yeah, they're good. Juan says, how different is Fed time versus state time as far as programming goes? You know what? I never did any time in the Feds, but as I understand it from talking to people, it's a lot different in the Feds. You have the cars are more like states. Like you got the Cali car, and basically everybody from Cali is in that car. So imagine that as opposed to California state where, you know, you got norteños, sureños, the woodpile and the Crips and the Bloods. Like everybody, from what, as I understand it, like I said, I've never been there, but imagine everybody getting along because, you know, we're from the same place going against other places like the Midwest or the Texas car or whatever, you know. Latoya says, what little birdie was that? I can't give up my sources. That would make me a snitch, Latoya, if I were to tell you who told me that. Coco says, me, fool, what's up? Cora says, he can't snitch, sis, LOL. If you haven't checked out my video on doing time with the Bulldogs, you got to check that one out, man. That's a banger. Like I got a couple of good stories on that one where, you know, I almost got attacked by a pack of wild dogs. Woof, 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 woof. Then fool started barking at me. I said, what the fuck is going on here? Excuse me. But yeah, Kevin Fisher says, how much time did you end up doing? State time, I did 2 years. I didn't do much, you know, but I did a lot of time in the counties in Southern California. And like I was on probation in Riverside, San Bernardino, and LA at the same time. And ultimately, when I got the prison term, they were trying to stick me back on another county lid. Juan says, you got to make a playlist, bro. It's hard to watch your videos because I drive so much. Yeah, that's something I'm working on. I'm working on, and I appreciate that, Juan. He says, I really want to support you by watching. Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I'm working on that. I'm working on making some changes to the channel all the way around. But I'm working on making the videos a little bit longer. I want to try to push them to about 20 minutes a piece now. And I want to do quality over quantity. Like I got a ton of videos up already. And G says, where do you reside? I'm in the Inland Empire, Southern California, high desert. But yeah, I'm working on making some changes. I just did a new intro for the YouTube videos, and I posted that one on I think it's on Instagram and TikTok. You can check me out over there at Broken Bobby 72. And you can check that out. I probably won't be dropping another video until like Monday or so. Together so I can just push one video and drive. Once it's just lump all your videos together so I can push one video and drive. You know what you can do with that one is you can go to my videos, and if you hit the like button on like say 5 or 6 of them that you want to watch, then just go to your like videos and start with the first one, and they'll just run. That's I do that at work. Like I'll just stick an earbud in and listen to different people's content. So maybe that'll help out. But Latoya said, I think I have an idea of who that little birdie might have been. Oh, I'm sure you have a great idea of who that is. But yeah, I'm gonna need some of those tortillas though. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well out there tonight. We're just kind of kicking it. We dyed some Easter eggs with the grandbabies a little while ago, and they came out really good. Anthony Richards says Trump or Biden. You know what? When Trump was elected in 2016, I really liked that dude. But I don't know if one says, before I forget, happy Easter to you and yours. God is good. You know it, brother. Happy Easter to you and yours as well. Sexy Latina says, remember that is Dean on Larry. Yeah, I know. I caught that after when I was talking. But back to Trump versus Biden. I think that my life was a lot better when Trump was in office. I don't know if he'll be able to be elected again because everybody's after him. But G says, do you believe in Santa Claus? Do you believe in Santa Claus, G? I know my grandkids do. All my kids are already grown up. That's right. LOL Coco. Hell nah, says G. Yeah. That Vato ain't never brought me nothing. The Easter Bunny, though, yes. Juan says, Trump, bro, I can't even see this country under this administration another 4 years. Yeah, I agree with you. I think if Trump gets reelected, they're going to impeach him 6 times and nothing is going to get done. But if Biden gets elected, inflation's going to continue to rise. Gasoline's going to be $10 a gallon. And, the good jobs that we have just aren't good enough, because the money's getting watered down so bad. Impeach Clinton? Right, G? Yep. So, yep. Anthony Richards says, I have an 11-year-old son and want the best for him. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's as grown-ups, as men, that's absolutely what we want. Like I want my kids to be better than I ever was. And, you know, that's that's the ultimate goal, like my time is limited here, but I want my kids to be in a much better place than I was when I lost my parents. So, and definitely want to make sure they're prepared because, it's a big, mean, nasty world out there. And, you know, what I'm saying. So, what is that one? Oh, let's see. Okay. G says, I plan on going to prison if this bank heist fails. So, what flavor soups do you recommend when I hit the county? Oh, lordy, lordy. Oh, well, fingers crossed that you don't get busted, G. Oh, man. Coco says, especially nasty with people like Diddy in it. Yeah. Cora says, I got to charge my phone, but this was a cool live. I enjoyed it. Love you, Dad. Love you too, baby girl. Coco says he left the chat when I said I'm going to give him the police ED. Oh, wow. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and smash that like button while you're in here. It's really helping. We're at like 920 subs now. We've really been growing. I appreciate everybody. I'm going to take like a 30-second break real quick. So give me just a minute. And I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. Okay, my bad. G says he's blazing a blunt. Nah, I never really liked weed, to be honest with you. So Latoya says, hi, Grandpa. It's Ellie. Hi, Ellie. How you doing tonight, baby girl? Love you. And your stories, Bob, but I gotta go. We're coloring eggs. All right, Latoya. You guys have fun with that. Coco and Q says, you don't mess with that, LOL. G says, at one avails, that means no money on your books or you weren't there long enough. Anthony Richards says, happy Easter, everyone. Yeah, happy Easter to everybody. I hope everybody's going to be able to spend it with family and, just enjoy the day. So I like the chili soups personally, back when I was doing time. But you got to get some of those dehydrated beans and hook it up. If tortillas are available. You got to grab some of those. Like, man, the food in county sucks, to be honest with you. Had I known that there was so much better stuff to order off a commissary and just the way it was in prison, I probably would have stopped taking those deals in the county and asked for a prison term earlier because, there's just a lot more freedom once you get to your main line with yard time and all the different programs that are available in county. You're pretty much just sitting in a cell or in a dorm all day, walking laps. Like, county jail sucks. All of them do. LA County was the worst, but none of the county jails were any good in my opinion. So the quick, if you're heading to the pen, the quicker you can get out of the county, the better. I mean, the G says county rice diet back in 90s was a fed diet, used to get burgers, pizza, etc. Now it's all rice with different shit on top, right? Yeah. Juan says, I remember a few fools so happy to be going to prison after being in county for a year or so. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, Juan, when I was waiting on the chain in LA County and they called my name, like I was so excited to get the hell out of there. And once once I got there, like it was a different level of things. Don't get me wrong. The violence level tends to be a lot higher in prison, but I mean, in the county, if anything, you get in a riot in the dorm, it's 50, 60 guys. You get to prison, it might be a couple hundred guys and gunners, and you know what I mean? Like that level definitely goes up, but as long as you're respectful and you act right, it's not that big of a deal. Coco says, what's your favorite spread? How is it made? Honestly, Coco, since I got out, like I don't really mess with the spread too much. One thing I figured out was when you're locked up, those spreads taste amazing because they're feeding you garbage. But when you get out in the free world and you have In and Out and like just all these different options, like I don't I never enjoyed the spread really on the outside. I've had it a few times, but like it's just not the same. Now the best one I ever had was I was in LA County Jail, and the Paisas hooked me up, and like I don't know, they squeezed some oranges into it, like the juice from the oranges, like that shit was fire. I couldn't believe how good it was. G says, I was the rep of the drunk tank at CDC. That's right, homeboy. CDC in San Bernardino? Is that what you're talking about? I held the toilet paper roll. It was my pillow. Hell yeah. When you're in them holding tanks waiting to be processed, man, that toilet paper roll is gold, bro. That is, yeah, I've been in CDC. I was in CDC in the early 90s, Jumpin' Jay. And the name definitely fit. That place was always popping. Like I was glad to be finally sent off to Glen Helen from there. I don't think Rancho was built yet. That was like 92, I want to say. Or they were building it. It was just getting ready to open. But yeah, I seen some crazy shit in CDC. I remember we were, I forget what we were doing, but we were on a movement. Maybe we were going to court or something. And there was a little short Southsider next to me, like probably 5'2", but like built like a tank. And the deputy was, I don't know what the deputy did, but the Southsider turned around and fired on his ass. Boom! And he got on him, like boom, 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 like putting those things on him. Dude hit the panic button, and the fucking whole team came and like wrecked this dude. But like, man, he was getting his money, man. So G says, I've been in B, South B, North R Tank. That's right. Also blocks in Glen Helen, B blocks, C blocks. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's good stuff. Good old CDC. Yep, I agree. That place, like later on when I was getting in trouble, they'd always send me out to West Valley when I was in San Bernardino County. And, West Valley, it seems like that hallway is like 9 miles long. You go walking down to get to where you're going to be housed. But I've been in, I ended up in 7 for a little bit, which was the gang module. And 15, the last couple of times I was there. I didn't like 15 because 15 was Unit 8 or 7. Yeah, those are gang modules, right, G? Yeah, when I was in 15, like it was so low politics, and I had come from LA County, and man, like I was about to get in a wreck because I went in there changing things basically. They were on some weenie shit out there in 15. Like there was no politics at all, and like I'm never really been like a super political guy as far as that stuff goes, but I understand why there are politics and how it keeps your car out of wrecks. And like they were just doing a bunch of weirdo shit out there, and basically I took the keys from the guy that had them, and then somebody dropped a kite on me and ended up rolling me up and sending me to 7 from that one because I was causing trouble, as they put it. But one of our guys had got jumped by another race, and nobody did anything about it. Like everybody just stood by, and then they clowned him afterwards. Like, they would yell out "deputy" because he called for the deputy while he was getting jumped, but nobody jumped to help him. So like I made a big deal about that, and I pushed the line on that. And yeah, they didn't like that. They didn't want any politics out there. But like I said, I was never really like a super political guy, but like the shit they were doing was crazy, G says also Adelanto Detention Center. Yeah, I've never been there, but Anthony Richards says, wow, sir, anybody crossed you wrong and you had to put them in check? I got into a fight in LA County with a guy who was acting super hardcore. He's another Wood, and he was saying some stuff he shouldn't have said. We went in the restroom and I got on his ass. I guess he wasn't as hardcore as he's making himself out to be, But yeah, I got a story about that on one of my videos. I'm trying to think of what that one was called. It's one of my LA County stories, though. I think it was my first time in 9500. You can go and check that one out if you want. She said, yeah, it's sad when dudes leave the people hanging. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when you're locked up, it's another world in there. And, I've talked about this before. The thing is, if you can't rely on the people that are a part of your group, then they don't need to be a part of your group. And, if that means putting a couple of guys on them to get them off the yard or in the dorm, then it is what it is. Because if somebody jumps on you, we're going to come and assist. And if I can't expect the same from you, then you ain't got nothing coming, G says, Adelanto, just like West Valley, but multiple floors, like 2 or 3 stories or underground. Remember, it had elevators, but same setup as West Valley, same pods. Oh, okay. Yeah, I never was able to see that one. Um, but yeah, that's a trip. So, and you know what? As far as favorite soups in San Bernardino County, I still remember that Texas beef soup from back in the day. That shit was fire. I could never find it when I got on out on the streets after that. But she says it's easy to make reservations. Yeah, you're right about that, bro. No doubt about it. I mean, the thing is, most of us are just like one bad day away from being right back there. So that's why, I try not to let bad moments turn into bad days because, there's plenty of people behind them walls that wish they could take that moment back. So Anthony says it's a whole other world and no one can prepare you for that. I totally agree. I remember the first time I went in, I had no idea what was going on, uh, but like I got schooled pretty quick. Jesus, I pray I never go back. Yeah, me too, bro. I hope you don't. I hope none of us do. And, you know, it's like I always say, like, not to be preaching or anything, but it's just about making good decisions and not letting bad decisions compound. Um, you know, a couple of bad decisions, especially in this world we live in now, like people be tripping over looks and shit. And like I said, the thing is the level 4 prisons in California are full of people who tripped over something that really wasn't that big of a deal. And now they got all day to think about it, all day, every day, for that matter. She says, bad time to be in prison these days. My boy just came from Wasco, got sent to Susanville. He had to get off yard, currently in Hole. Oh, okay, so yeah, they sent him to a bad yard, I'm assuming, and he had to do what he had to do. But yeah, to be honest with you, these days, I don't even know. There's so many SNY yards out there that, like, I wouldn't even know. You know what I mean? Like, somebody would have to run it down to me if I were to go back because, you know, over half of the yards are bad. So, I don't know. Edward J says, bro, recently got out, seen a Nigerian get turned out over a year out here in South Texas. Bunch of immigrants and they're not knowing the pan shit was on lockdown for a week. Damn, yeah, that's crazy, Edward. Appreciate you tapping in. She says probably has to do it again when they let him out. Yeah, I mean, like just the current environment in prison with the big 4 being back out on the yards, like it's nothing like it was when I was in there. Like back then, if you wanted to get at somebody that was in power, let's say, like basically you had to strike up a kite and find somebody that was going back to the hole to get that word. And maybe you might hear something back in a month or so. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, like with the cell phones and everything, but all the big homies are on the yard. So it's yeah, it's a whole different environment. The end of a hostilities agreement was a good thing as far as uh you know uh there's no major riots anymore, but at the same time, like you got some big eyes on you, like you get sent to do a removal or something, you got to put a demo down. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in the mix of politics, because you know it's not word of mouth anymore. These guys are there and they're watching, and if you go do some stuff half-ass, you might be next. So Juan says there's a lot of good people out in those SNY yards over a bad call. I 100% agree with you, Juan. Like there's so many on that side now, I mean, that, you know, drug debts, or just people politicking on them, because somebody don't like you or whatever. Maybe because you're from a neighborhood that was beefing with another neighborhood on the street, and now they're politicking on you. And, like a lot of good homies got washed up and sent over to that side. And, it's crazy. Inferno 23 says, is this a prison channel? Yeah, it's prison and sobriety, basically. My stories from prison and the county jail, and war stories on the streets. But, basically about getting clean and, like that. He says, what do you think about people saying it's only gay if you keep doing it after you get out? That one always cracked me up. Yeah, I mean, you know how it is in Cali, though. Like, that's not to get down here. That stuff is like you get removed over doing that shit. So, I mean, I can't speak on other states and how they get down, but, like maybe if you're on a SNY, there's people over there that, get down like that. There's gangs on that side based on that, but, you know, have you ever heard of Inferno 23 says, have you ever heard of Lockdown 23 and 1? Yeah, I watched some of his stuff. He's really good with the interviews. Like that guy's got a great personality, and he's been around a little bit. So yeah, I'd check him out. Abraham Argisti, I hope I said that right, says, I keep sobering up but craving hit hard, man. Any advice? You know what? I would find a meeting, bro, like an NA meeting or something that you like, and go check it out, and maybe get a sponsor that can help you through those early times of sobriety, and maybe try working the steps. Like I did all that stuff early on, and it helped me. One thing that really sticks with me is playing the tape all the way through, bro. Before you do something, just think about what the consequences may be, and that helped me a lot. But yeah, I would hit up a meeting and see about maybe trying to find a sponsor that can help you while you're early in this. Edward says Texas is wild. Dallas, your number. I know a good. Wait, hold on. Dallas would have Booty Boys in 2015. Yeah, that's wild, bro. Shoot. Juan Aveo says those nighttime NA meetings hit different, bro. They helped me back in the days. The only men's meetings at night. Yeah, I agree. Like you don't want to be going to those meetings and be distracted. So those all men's meetings are very good because you can focus on what you're trying to accomplish, which is sobriety. So yeah, that's good stuff, Juan. Ambassador says, got locked up 15 days at the county jail. I didn't like jail. I'm always hungry in jail. Food was expensive. Yeah, you know what? I agree, Ambassador. Like I seemed like I was starving in there. Like I had money on the books and stuff, but you know, I like it seemed like you couldn't get enough to eat in there. And actually, you know what? When I got my prison term, I was about 180 pounds. When I paroled, I was 174. Now, granted, I was doing like hundreds of burpees every day and working out and doing all that stuff, but definitely wasn't like I could have easily been 200 if the food was right and had some pretty good size on me. But, like I was probably as fit as I've ever been in my life when I paroled. So, yeah, I agree with you there. All right, guys, we're coming up on an hour. I am going to be wrapping this up. I appreciate everybody tapping in from all over the place. If do me a favor and smash that like button before you go. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I got a ton of videos up on all different aspects, street stuff, county jail stuff, prison stuff. I just did one on doing time with the Bulldogs. Shout out to the Bulldogs. Those guys are definitely with the business, but they're not welcome on the main line. And there's a lot of stuff going on with them recently. So check that one out if you like. And I'll probably be going live again tomorrow night, somewhere between 8 and 10 o'clock. So be on the lookout for that if that interests you. Like I said, I hope everybody is doing well. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Have a good one, guys. Salute.